children, and welcome. Well, today I have a topic which needs a lot of contemplation. Well, we as human beings should understand what are we doing to this earth of ours. When we look around, there is so much of hatred, so much of animosity against one another. One community has hatred for another community. One state is disagreeing with another state. One country is at war with another country. Why? Why is it so? Has God not created us all alike? Don't we all realize that we all belong to the same race, the human race? Don't we share the bounties of nature equally? Don't we? We all breathe in the same air. We share the same rain, the harvest from the same earth. Isn't it? God has created us all alike. Then why? Who has given us the authority to create borders and differences and hatred? We all should understand that no man is foreign. We're all one. We belong to the whole human race. Why am I talking to you about all this, children? Well, we'll find out more from the poem that we are going to do today, No Men Are Foreign, written by James Kirkup. Now let me introduce the poet to you. James Falconer Kirkup was born on 23rd April 1918. He was a creative English poet, playwright, novelist, translator, and travel writer. Falconer began his career as a teacher. He wrote over 30 books, including autobiographies, novels, and plays. His works include several dozens of collections of poetry, 6 volumes of autobiography, over 100 essays of original work and translations, and thousands of shorter pieces in journals and periodicals. He became a Fellow of the Royal Society of Literature in 1962. He wrote under many pen names including James Falconer, Aditya Jha, Yun Honda, and Andrew James. Now in the poem, No Men Are Foreign, the poet wants to convey that all men are same, all men are equal. He means that no men belong to another country. We are all the children of the same God. He wants to promote the concept of universal brotherhood. In this poem, the poet wants to tell us that everyone in the world is same and all people eat, live, die the same way. Everyone gets the bounties of nature alike. The same sunshine, land, harvests, everything in equal measure. We can also say that this is a poem which promotes peace. So children, now I'm going to explain the poem to you stanza by stanza. So I'd be very happy if you keep your pencils ready and underline the words in your textbook and write down their meanings, and if possible, write the explanation too. So keep your textbooks open to page number 80. So this is stanza 1 for you. Remember, no men are strange, no countries foreign. Beneath all uniforms, a single body breathes like ours. The land our brothers walk upon is earth like this, in which we all shall lie. Now through these lines, the poet is trying to promote universal brotherhood. He says that no men are strange and no country is foreign. Now foreign is something which does not belong to our country, something not known to us. So he says that there are no strangers. All of us are one. We belong to the human race and we are all children of the same God. So he says we may be separated or segregated by our color, our religions, our languages, and different man-made boundaries. But in fact, no country is strange to us or no men are strangers. He says that beneath all uniforms, a single body breathes like ours. Now, what do you think these uniforms are? These uniforms could be anything, like the different costumes or the different clothes that we wear, which separate us from one nation to another or from one community to another. Or it could be the uniforms worn by soldiers of different countries when they go to war. But despite all these external clothes or surface exteriors, there is the same human body which breathes just like ours, just like how we breathe under our clothes, under our uniforms. Similarly, all the people belonging to different countries, they all breathe just like ours. And the land our brothers walk upon is earth like this, in which we all shall lie. So here are brothers. Who are these? The brothers are all the people of the entire world. And so our brothers who are one with us in the human race, they too walk upon the earth just like us. And then when we die, we all shall lie in the same earth. So what is it that separates us? We all breathe in the same air. We all take the bounties of the earth just like the other human beings, and we all, when we die, shall lie down in the same earth and buried together. Stanza 2. They too, aware of sun and air and water, are fed by peaceful harvests, by war's long winter starved. Their hands are ours, and in their lines we read, a labor not different from our own. Now here, who are they, children? They refers to those people whom we term as foreigners, people belonging to other countries. So the poet tells that they too share the same bounties of Mother Nature, like the sun, air and water. They breathe in the same air, drink the same water, and enjoy the same warmth of the sun. They too are fed by peaceful harvests. Now when there's a bountiful harvest, everyone is definitely relaxed. So people all over the world are the same. When there's a good harvest, everyone is happy. And when there is war, there's a lot of sorrow. And what follows is like the long winter of sorrow. Here there's a comparison between war and winter. Now, when you don't have the comforts of life, winters seem very terrible. Similarly, when there's a war, there's a lot of hardship and difficulties faced by people, not only in one country, but all over the world. So people of all the countries in the world face the same consequences or the bleak sorrow during war. They are also having the same kind of suffering. All countries face destruction and suffer the long cold winter of sorrows that follows war. The poet tells us, their hands are ours. That means their hands too are like ours. The people all over the world work hard. They toil for their livelihood. And just like how our hands are hardened by the hard work that we do, so do the hands of the others too. So in their lines we read, a labor not different from our own. So just like how we labor for our livelihood, people of other countries too, they too work hard and they are no different from us. So, when everyone's essential requirement is the same, why should we hate one another? Don't you think we need to ponder about this? Stanza 3. Remember, they have eyes like ours that wake or sleep, and strength that can be won by love. In every land is common life that all can recognize and understand. So here, the poet is telling us that the readers should remember something. He says that we should keep in mind that the people of other countries, whom we think to be our enemies, have been bestowed by God with similar appearance like us. They too have eyes like us that wake or sleep. Similarly, God has given them strength which we can win through love. They may be projecting hard exteriors, but they too have soft hearts which can be won by love. And in every land, there is something common, and that is life. So if we recognize them and if we understand their feelings and realize that everyone is like us, then there will be no fights or wars between us. Stanza 4. Let us remember, whenever we are told to hate our brothers, it is ourselves that we shall dispossess, betray, condemn. Remember, we who take arms against each other. The poet tells us, let us remember whenever we are told to hate our brothers. Now, who is it that tell us to hate our brothers? Now, brothers here is the people of other countries. Who tells us to hate them? Now, it could be the politicians or the religious leaders or people with vested interests who instigate us to raise arms against our brothers. So, when we do this, when we raise arms, when we fight with the brothers of other countries, what do? It is ourselves that we shall dispossess, betray and condemn. In fact, when during war, when there is loot and plunder of the other countries, when there is betrayal and condemnation that we do to the others, what are we doing? We are in fact betraying and condemning ourselves. Remember, we who take arms against each other. What do we have to remember? Now, this in fact continues into the next stanza. We should remember what we are doing to Mother Earth by doing all this when we are taking arms, when we are fighting against each other. What is it that we have to remember? Through this stanza, we need to understand that we should remember by hating our fellow human beings, by fighting with our fellow human beings, we are in fact troubling ourselves. Stanza 5. It is the human earth that we defile. Our hells of fire and dust outrage the innocence of air that is everywhere our own. Remember, no men are foreign and no countries strange. So, we need to remember that when we are picking up arms against the people of the other countries, when we are devastating the other countries, when we are destroying the human beings and the places there, what is it that we are doing? We are in fact defiling, desecrating, spoiling the human earth. Whenever war happens, there is a lot of bloodshed, fire, and death. With our terrible acts of war, we in fact pollute and defile the earth that was meant for our brothers too to live on in harmony and togetherness. The destruction caused by weapons pollutes the innocent air which was meant to give life to everyone alike. So here the poet says, our hells of fire and dust outrage the innocence of air that is everywhere our own. So what we think that we are actually destroying the other country, we are killing the people of the other country, but what are we doing? We are in fact desecrating the very earth which is also our own. The fires we burn and the chemicals we use pollute the purity of the air. With our mindless acts, we destroy the pure atmosphere and dig our own graves. At such times, we should remember that people we kill are our own brothers, and the land we destroy is our home, which is a blessing from God. So we all need to remember that there are no men who are foreign, and there is no country which is strange. This entire world is one, and we all belong to God. So it is our duty to see that we safeguard the sanctity of the earth and take care of one another like brothers. So children, with this, We come to the end of the reading and explanation of the poem. So in the next video, I'll bring you the summary and poetic devices of the same poem, No Men Are Foreign. Until then, take good care of yourselves. Goodbye. God bless. Take care. Thank you.